Good blessed Wednesday afternoon, August the 28th, 2024. The time being 1:11 p.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest or the poorest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest or the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I say, do or produce. That's your prerogative. You have a First Amendment to the United States Constitution. Freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom to protest, freedom to gather, freedom to associate, as long as you do it in a peaceful manner. You have to check sometime when you're a felon or you're on probation or parole to check with your probation or parole officer to see or whether or not that you can associate or doing them other things that I just mentioned with other felons or people that's on probation or parole. The enterprise carrier, y'all know who they put in here. They don't come and ask the advice or listen to the complaints of the community. I'm talking about the black community. You see what I'm saying? They go to some black people, but they don't go to the people that live in the black community. I want to show you something, and I'm going to confirm it with these banisters. I want y'all to look very close here. Can y'all recognize them faces? With the green shirt, Lester Gillespie. Most of these is NAACP members. One of them, I believe, is the present president. Most of them is in these programs Lester is involved in. They get money now. That's the only thing that they do. They do stuff to get money. They talking about saving our community. I want you to read this here thing. Okay. These is 3 banisters that they put up, and I went to all 3 locations today. They put them up last week. It say end gun violence. Right now, we ain't been having no gun violence in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County for a while. So Lester Gillespie's food program for the summer has ended. He lacking people coming to any of his programs because they setting them out because they not really attending them. All they doing is going to collect these Walmart gift cards from Kimberly Capone, Lester's administrator, assistant or whatever she is. But look at this. It say in gun violence. Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center. Self-Start Improvement Center in Corps. Save our community from gun violence. Programs steering committee members. Volunteer. Look at this big thing that they volunteered to do. They volunteered to put up, to install our SOC, Save Our Community banister. They installed it, but they got misspelling on it. I know they got enough money. They stole enough money that they can go take all 3 of them banisters down and then put the proper spelling of village. Village is VILLAGE, not VILLIAGE. How you gonna steer a community? How you gonna steer anybody, or how you gonna save our community when you not even teaching our kids how to spell right? But they installed the Save Our Community banners at location at local points in the city of Charleston today. That was last week. They were placed at the corner of Lee and Vine. That's right down the street from me, right across the street from where Lester Gillespie was committing a burglary and an assault on a female that he was renting a house to at 603 Lee Street here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, who had 2 minor children. You can hear the children hollering. You can hear the female hollering. You can hear Lester hollering at the sheriff deputy when the sheriff deputy told him he can't do what he's doing, which was a burglary and an assault. But anyway, they were placed on the corner of Lee and Vine Street, the corner of Cy Williams in West Marshall Street, in the corner of the Charles William Park. Fresh Start would like to give a special thanks to the steering committee members. The steering committee. Who in the hell is the steering committee? What do they actually do? Because now I'm one of them, and I can vouch for it, and I get all of them together at a news conference or in front of our community. Don't none of them come in our community when the gun violence happen. Don't none of them come anywhere unless they getting in the news. If you're going to stop violence in the community, you don't have to get the newspaper to do this here. You see what I'm saying? You found another way to get money. But the feds is on you, and I'm going to make sure he on you. And all of y'all in there with him, if he's stealing, y'all stealing. You see what I'm saying? Tell about that guy, James Guthrie, whatever his name is, that just got convicted 2 weeks ago, that was going to Shiny Light, taking these young white females, raping them, sodomizing them, and they didn't have it on the news. But they had Lester Gillespie and Pastor Dean on the news calling them heroes in our community. They ain't no damn heroes. They individuals that's getting money like everybody else, that's a part of their organization. They don't care nothing about no gun violence. How many times have any of them came out doing the shootings? And if you look and see who doing the shooting, the drug dealers and the killings, it's their families. I'm going to leave it at that. You don't like it? Don't look at it. But look at them, y'all. Now, how in the hell all you educated people couldn't realize that you done misspelled village? If you misspell village, you're misleading our community. Now, do y'all have any of them senses for the save our community? Is the white community need to be saved? Yes, they do, because they got people like Bobby Hearns, the chief of police of Ku Klux Klan. They got somebody like Monica Gooden. They got somebody like Rick Toon. They got somebody like the rest of them that's up there that live on the other side of town where Lester live at. Take them over there. Tell them to stop misusing our black community. Tell them to start arresting people like Lester when he doing what he doing to that lady and what he did to me. Tell them to start arresting some of these people. You see what I'm saying? That's stealing money. They ain't gonna do it. Save our community. Save our community from all of y'all. I'm over here on North Elm Street in Lafayette. Elm Street, if you go down south of here, Elm Street will turn into Cy Williams Avenue. I'm over here for a reason, to show you something. Across the street is Charles Williams Park. Charles Williams was a good brother. He used to be the mayor here once upon a time. He also owned a few of the black funeral homes, well, the only black funeral home in this area. But I want you to look at this. It's another one of the banisters that Lester Gillespie and some of his crew put up. This is one of the corners here. I just wanted to show y'all the misspelling. You know, if they gonna do something, do it right, correct it. You know what I mean? Y'all can see how they spelled village, Villiage. It says it's supposed to be take a village to raise a child. It would take a community to end gun violence, save our community from gun violence. A project led by Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center. Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center, those that don't know, is ran by Lester Gillespie. This is Charles Williams Park. I give it to the city the way they fixed this here up, because it had a bunch of old things in it. But it's looking nice now. But I want y'all to see, I'm going to show you the picture that the Enterprise carrier put Lester Gillespie and a few others in the newspaper for August the 27th, 2024, showing two different pictures of them here. They put them in three different locations. This one here is right here on Lafayette in Elm Street, or Cy Williams Street. Cy Williams used to be Elm Street until Lester Gillespie in Susanna Wesley Family Learning Centers and some of the other sellout blacks and white supremacists got together to change the name from Elm Street to Cy Williams Street. I can see if they was naming it after Charles Williams, the funeral home man, but they said that they naming it after somebody that used to be a former slave here. If they was a former slave here, is they the type of slaves like Lester Gillespie and the people that work for him at Fresh Start and all these other committees? Now he got another committee they call it the Steering Committee. You see what I'm saying? Stirring the violence. We ain't had no violence here in a while. See what Lester Gillespie and the white supremacists and them sellout blacks with the NAACP, what they do is they come up that the food program for the summer is over with. You see what I'm saying? So they getting this here, the steering program, saying that they finna try to stop gun violence. But if you look at everybody they're gonna be in this newspaper that I show y'all a little later, you ain't gonna see damn one of them out on the scene when the shootings happen. Look at God. God lifting it up so y'all can see how this steering committee, they need to steer themselves to a GED class or English class or spelling class to learn how to spell village. But this is one of the, they say this is for the community. What community? They got it in 3 spots in black communities, and we ain't been having no violence here, no gun violence, I'm talking about in a while. But I'm gonna go to the other 2 spots. Here's the other sign that they have up over here. This is on the corners of Marshall Street, and this would be actually Elm, but they call it Cy Williams too. The other one was down the way down here where the other sign is at, on the end, almost at the end of Elm Street. But when you cross the street here, it'll be Cy Williams Street going south here. But this is one of the other ones that I'm gonna show you the last sign, and then I'm gonna show you the newspaper. But like I said, the food program for the summer has ended, so now they finding a way to get money, calling this the steering committee, I guess, save our community or whatever they want to call it. But if you wanted to save the community, why did you wait until your food program is over with for the summer? This is another way of getting the money. I'm hoping the federal government, the Department of Justice is watching, because the Charleston, Missouri Police Department, the Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County Sheriff Department, the 33rd Circuit Court, the prosecuting attorney and the city attorney, and the NAACP, they don't care. They working hand in hand with them. Right down the street there, where you see them red truck and that white car, is Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center. That's a white organization that taught Lester Gillespie and these sellout blacks how to rip off to the community. But you see how many cars is in that parking lot now of Susanna Wesley? A couple. It used to be full, but I was exposing them, and the Department of Justice cut their funds. That's what we trying to get, not just to cut Lester in them funds, but to put Lester and all those that's working with him in jail, because they criminals. Now here's that third one over here on Vine and Lee Street. This is the first one that I really had noticed before. But like I say, right across the street from here, I'm gonna play the video again. It's a 1-minute video, a 60-second video on December the 7th, 2022. A black female right across the street from where Lester Gillespie them put this sign up. A sheriff deputy by the name of Nicholas Pratt from the Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County Sheriff Department was there to talk to the lady that was living at the house right across the street from here on Lee Street that Lester Gillespie owned. And Lester Gillespie pulled up, forcing his way into the in front of the sheriff, forcing his way into his property, and the sheriff let him know that you can't do that. And Lester Gillespie hollered and told him, "This is my property." And you can hear the female saying, "Stop it." And you can hear her 2 minor children hollering in the background. But the sheriff deputy arrested Lester for assault and burglary and told him why. And he took him down to the station, and Brent Farrow, that's running for the sheriff here again to be re-elected for 4 more years in November, told the sheriff deputy to let him go, and
got rid of the report, the charge that Lester was in. So how is you stopping any violence? And then when you look at everybody on that thing, no disrespect to y'all, but everybody that you see on that thing, you ain't gonna see them nowhere around when we have the violence in our community. So I'm trying to see what community. Lester don't live in this community. Lester live in the white community. And I ain't got nothing with the white folks over that way he living at, with the exception of Bobby Hearns and some of the rest of the Ku Klux Klans. But Lester don't live over here. And everybody that you see in there where they got these signs at, they don't live over here. And every time you have shootings, you don't see damn one of them in there. And then when you see the shooting, if you look at the history of the people that Lester work for Lester, they family and friends is the ones that doing all the violence. And we ain't had no violence. So now we're going to probably have shootings to keep this here a program of Lester and them going to. How in the hell is Lester going to leave anything with what he doing, and the police and the sheriff department won't send his cases to court? I'm going to leave it at that. But I'm going to show you the newspaper. And see, the newspaper, the Enterprise carrier in the KFBS 12 News, they ain't going to talk to the people. These is who they talk to all the time, as if Lester Gillespie and these people represent us. They don't represent us. They won't even put in the news of this man that just got convicted of rape, 5 counts, who was a deacon, or he lured the girls from Shiny Light. They give out food. They have them in the newspaper on that. But you ain't telling about the man that just got convicted. They didn't even have it on the news. They put it in the newspaper about a week later, but the prosecuting attorney didn't get on the news like she did when the Paris Townsend got found guilty. Her and everybody else, they calling them monsters. What about this white man that just got convicted that lured the girls from Shiny Light? Where y'all say the pastor there's a damn hero. You see what I'm saying? How's you a hero when all you doing is giving out food? You didn't build Shiny Light. A bunch of Southern Baptist white ministers that don't give a damn about this community. Y'all built that to get government funds. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care if you did put a black up there for the executive director, but they ain't doing nothing to stop no violence, but they want to take pictures.
Did you get everything you need, sir?
Yeah,
is there anything else that you needed?
I'm not leaving my property until we go leave together.
Is there anything else?
I don't even trust her with you.
Is there anything else that you?
Okay, why don't you trust her with me?
First of all,
hold on, wait, stop.
You did.
This is my house.
You own the house, but you rent it, sir.
Stop it.
Fred.
Yeah.
Okay, go on and do what you're going to do.
I'm going to do what I'm doing. I'm taking a report.
Yeah, and I'm going to call fire. I can call Brent.
Don't do that to him, because he ain't even done nothing.
No,
this is what you're doing. You getting
I
on
opened
to
that door because
everybody.
she's in the way.
But you getting
She
on
was
to
standing behind us
everybody.
and committed an assault.
You getting on to
And a
everybody.
burglary because you can't go into your house if you've rented it to somebody.
Let me tell you what happened, sir.
You barged into the door. I seen it.
The door was open.
Y'all stop.
The door was
The door
closed.
was open, but she was
And
standing
she was
behind it.
standing right there. And I asked her, we coming in.
Pushed it
You
over.
said she was a
Now we
sheriff.
can do this. You can leave or you can go to jail with me. How about that?
Sir, listen to me, man.
If you pay close attention to these videos in this newspaper, anybody in Charleston, Missouri know we ain't had no shootings or gun violence in a while. And then when it stopped, it don't stop because less than these people that's in these programs. It don't stop because of the sheriff department or the police department. It stops because individuals in certain communities get together and try to do what they stopping. Now, you have some police, you see what I'm saying? Not the chief. You have some sheriff deputies, not the sheriff himself, that may try to stop the violence, but you don't have all of them. They work hand in hand with less than the rest of them to keep these programs going, y'all. Lester food program ended for the summer, so now he wants to try to talk about he's stirring the steering committee to save our community. What community? You live in the white people's neighborhood. The rest of them people over there, they don't live. Y'all don't even visit this neighborhood unless y'all trying to get money. I'm gonna leave it at this here. You see that police car coming? You see that ambulance coming? The police gonna be coming for less than all them up in there because they criminals, NAACP and the rest of them. And then the ambulance gonna come for those that resist. Peace be still. Mississippi County.
sure. No, that's the Charleston Police Department. I'm hoping, let's see what's going on. Which way are they going here? Going over the bridge. So it must be something happening on the I-57 northbound. They didn't go over the viaduct, which is Boomland. Let me ride my bike down and check it out. It's my type of work, y'all. Saving lives.